Hello everyone, this is just a quick video and a very exciting day for me. I have a package in the post which is my first advanced copy of Arcana 78 hot from Kin Arnold and the printers. So I thought I'd open it with you. This will be the first time I've seen this as well, so let's give it a go. This is kind of the weirdest thing when, I've spent over 2 years, I've spent over 2 years working on this deck, and then I finally get to see the finished printed product. Oh well, here it is. So, Arcana 78, first private edition, strictly limited, 50 copies. This is going to be released to coincide with the UK Tarot Conference in October. It's only available through the UK Tarot Conference and through the website. So just to recap a little bit of the background on this started as Arcana 20 a couple of years ago, and it was a 22 card majors deck to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the UK Tarot Conference. Every card featured the likeness of somebody who'd spoken at the Tarot Conference over the last 20 years. We decided that we were going to expand this into a full 78 card deck, so here it is. The majors feature all the characters that featured in the original Arcana 20. The numbered pips are loosely based on Pamela Coleman Smith's images from the Wade Smith, with a few of my little digressions. We decided we were going to do something different with the court cards. The court cards, we decided, were going to be a reflection of characters from the earliest stages of tarot history right through to the modern day. So, here we go. As you can see, Arcana 78. We've put the logo of the UK Tarot Conference on the back of the box. So it says here, Arcana 78 has been produced as a strictly limited edition, only available at the UK Tarot Conference, London, October 2025. You can see the sides of the box. There we go. Conceived by Kim Arnold and illustrated by me. And the same on that side as well. The top of the box has my trademark mandala, which is a symbol that's come to pervade all of my work. It's a symbol of unity, the union of opposites, and of course a healing portal. That oval space where the two circles meet is a portal to healing and wholeness. So it was important for me to put that on the top of the box as well, even if it's not directly linked to this, in the same way that my previous project, the Healing Light Tarot, was. Here goes. Oh, it's thick. Oh, there we have it. These feel lovely. They're quite thick and sturdy. As you can see from the way, oh, let me just see if I can do that again. The way the light catches these, there we are. They are very smooth and very satiny. They have a lovely silky feel to them, which I didn't expect. Anyone who's met me and been with me over the last couple of months will know that I had a test copy of this, but it was one that I had printed myself, and it was a one-off, so this is the first time I've kind of experienced the card stock of the genuine limited edition. The other one was my artist proof. I can immediately report, oh wow, the colour is actually slightly richer than my proof copy, which I'm very pleased about. As you can see, there's the back design. It's bright, it's fun. I wanted to go for something quite graphic, but as you'll notice, what I did was I cribbed the colours from the Tarot Conference logo. So it's not, when we did Arcana 20, the back of the card was actually the Tarot Conference logo, but obviously that isn't reversible. So we went for something a bit simpler, but again, it's still paying homage to the conference through the colour scheme. So there's 2 extra cards, title and back card, but what we've done, because primarily these decks are going to be bought by people who are already seasoned tarot readers, and the fact that this is kind of probably, I suppose you could use it as a beginner's deck, but it's not likely to be. So what we did was we haven't included a little white book in this edition, but the 2 extra cards, the first one, the top card lists all of the people who were featured on the major Arcana cards, and then, oh, there we go, the bottom card features all of the historical and contemporary figures that are featured on the court cards. So let's have a look at some of the cards. Oh wow, I'm really pleased with this. It's going to shuffle beautifully. Many thanks to Ivory Graphics, who printed these for us. They've done a really beautiful job. So just to give you an idea, the majors, some of you will have seen already. That's me, by the way. On the Fool card, we couldn't resist. So me on the Fool. Let's give you a little tour through some of these. The amazing Neil Kelso, stage magician, tarotist extraordinaire. On the Magician card, we couldn't, I mean, nobody would be more apt for that. The lovely Wickermaya Spring on the High Priestess card, who runs the Tarot Museum in Switzerland, I think. Sasha Graham, Tarot Diva extraordinaire on the Empress card. David DeAngelis, the amazing artist and creator of the Starman Tarot, who also worked on several of David Bowie's album covers. Inspirational. And it goes on. Here we are. You can see, again, these are all people who featured at the UK Tarot Conference during its history. The lovely Geraldine Beskin, who runs Atlantis Bookshop, on the Strength card. Rashunda Tramble on the Hermit card. Lara Van Zydam on the Justice card again. What a fabulous fit, you know. Lara is actually a lawyer in real life as well as an amazing inspirational author. It's my mate Marion Kirk on the Hangman. Chris Hughes on the Death card. Janine Worthington, creator of the In-Between Tarot, and for several years president at Tabby. Again, amazing inspirational woman. Andrea Aste, Liz Dean. And this is one we couldn't resist. We had to get her in here, and we had to give her pride of place. Pamela Coleman Smith on the Judgment card. So that's your majors. Let me show you what I've done with some of the minors, because this is what you won't have seen thus far. So we decided that it was going to be virtually impossible to sort of create a working deck if we featured people on all 78 cards. We wanted the pip cards to be usable and episodic in the way that Pamela Coleman Smith's are. Hence our decision to just use figures from the tarot world on the courts and on the majors. So you can see what we've done. Here's the Suit of Pentacles. Anyone who has worked with a Wade Smith deck will be able to work with this. As I say, I've taken my own liberties, but I'm loving the feel of these cards. They are really silky. Colour reproduction I'm thrilled with. Again, thanks to the printer for this, because they really have done a very sensitive job of realising what I created on screen. So, as I say, anyone who has used a Wade Smith will understand these images, and even if they're not directly Wade Smith, you'll be able to relate them back to the Wade Smith and the Golden Dawn. Some more blatantly Pamela Coleman Smith than others. So, as you can see, Pentacles. Let me show you a few swords. So there's the Ace of Swords. 2, 3. And one of my favourite cards from the whole deck, the Ace of Wands. Now, this is a bit of a tribute on my part. One of my favourite decks is Norbert Losch's Cosmic Tarot, which was done in the 80s. So anyone who knows this deck will know that this Ace of Wands is my direct tribute to one of my favourite tarot artists. I love Norbert Losch's work, and it's a deck that I use all the time. So this is not a direct copy of his, but as I say, there's some design features in here that have really paid tribute to his work. So, 2 of Wands. There's my 6, 7, and 9. So, finally, let's have a look at some cups. Ace, 2. These colours are popping. I'm really, really pleased. There we are. And finally, let's have a quick look at some of the chords so you can see what we've done and how we've paid tribute here. So, these figures, right, this is by no means an exhaustive selection of figures from tarot history. There's some big omissions here. I haven't put Crowley in, I haven't put Frida Harris in. We've got a combination of some really well-known figures, but also some ones that will get you guessing as well. So we kind of wanted to sort of go through some of the backwaters, which I think we've achieved. So right from the earliest days of tarot history, Bianca Maria Visconti of the noble Visconti family in Italy, and her husband, the Duke Sforza. It's highly likely that he commissioned the painting of the Visconti Sforza cards for her. Things don't change, by the way. If you were rich in those days, you could have your own guru. I mean, that's not the term that you would have used. But her personal spiritual advisor was one Sister Manfreda, who was leader of the heretical sect of the Guglielmites. Basically a fabulous feminist brand of Christianity. And it's Sister Manfreda that we think is portrayed on the Popes card of the Visconti Sforza. So there she is. They were probably painted for her as her wedding present, which I love. This is one of my favourite cards, and I'm not going to spill the beans on who that is, because I have a funny feeling that's going to cause a lot of discussion at the Tarot Conference. That's our Prince of Pentacles. See if you can guess who that is. I'm not going to say anymore, but he's absolutely key in the popularisation of tarot in the 70s and 80s and onwards. I love this card. We have got Moina Bergman Mathers as the Queen of Pentacles. So she was the wife of Samuel Mathers, co-founder of the Golden Dawn, and it's highly likely she was also an accomplished artist. So much as her husband claimed responsibility, it's highly likely that she drew the original sketches, now lost sadly, the original template decks for the Golden Dawn Tarot as we know it today. So let's have a look what we've got in the swords. Duke Sforza. So Bianca Maria's husband, we thought we'd put him in. Mary Greer. Wouldn't be complete without Mary Greer. Princess of Swords. Who else have we got? Similarly, Rachel Pollack. We couldn't not pay tribute to Rachel Pollack. Along with Mary Greer, one of the two godmothers of modern tarot, you know. And into cups. Again, I'm not going to tell you who that one is. Have a guess. But she's key. She was one of the great tarot revivalists. Marie Lenormand. And have a guess who that one was. You know, this is, above all, this is a joyful deck. It's a celebratory deck. What we wanted to create through this is something that really celebrates the whole history of tarot through the court cards, but also something that celebrates, you know, the UK Tarot Conference, which has been a really joyful, positive gathering of tarot professionals and tarot enthusiasts over the last 20 odd years. I hope we've achieved that. But at the same time, what we also wanted to create was a usable deck. And again, fingers crossed, I think we've done that. So, finally, after 2.5 years' work, I am holding one of the 50 copies of Arcana 78. There are only 50 of this first edition being printed. We don't know whether there will be a second edition, you know. That's in the ether. That's in the clouds. If you like one of these, they are available for pre-order through the UK Tarot Conference website. I will leave the links in the description, and I will also put all the details in the end titles. So I hope you have enjoyed this little preview. I am absolutely thrilled. This is the realization of my dream. I'm so glad that Kim approached me to collaborate on this project. It's been a blast to do, and I am so thrilled with the results. Thank you again to Ivory Graphics, who printed this. They have done a beautiful job. They don't know I'm saying that, by the way. That is not a paid sponsorship. I am just so thrilled with what they've done, and they've really realized my vision as well as could possibly have been realized. So yeah, all details for ordering in the links. I do hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.